And find out what happened with the toss. There's our very own Alan Wilkins.
With me out here in the middle on the pitch is Judge Ibrahim, the match referee, to captain Shaun Pollock and Saurav Ganguly. So for the first of these one-day matches, Shaun, if you'd like to toss the coin. Saurav has called heads. Shaun, you've won the toss, the first of the matches, and what have you decided to do?
Yeah, we decided to have a ball. Obviously, try and use the best facility.
Seam attack.
Yes, we're going with all team.
Okay, good luck, Shaun. Have a good game. Let's talk to Saurav Ganguly. Saurav, lost the toss. Your feelings about that, first of all?
Yeah, we would have bowled probably because there's a lot of dew in the evening. It gets really wet. But they've lost the toss, so we've got to bat first.
Okay, and what about the Indian side? Who have you selected for this match?
We've got Sachin, myself, Das, Dravid, Yuvraj, Sehwag, Das Gupta, three seamers in Srinath, Prasad and Agarkar and Kumble.
And you've got the two fellas making their debut in limited overs cricket. It's quite an intimidating atmosphere here.
It's a lovely atmosphere. The wicket looks good. It looks dry. It's going to be a good batting surface and hope we put some runs on the board.
And the spirit in this Indian camp since you've arrived in South Africa?
Well, it's been nice. We've played good cricket. We've won 2 of our warm-up games. We're pretty happy in the South African A side. We've been practicing hard. I hope we can turn into good performances.
Well, thanks very much, sir. I hope you have a good game. I hope you enjoy the match.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's the news here for this first of these one-day internationals. South African captain Shaun Pollock has won the toss, and South Africa has put India into bat.
So South Africa winning the toss, putting India in. 2 debutants there for India. Shiv Sundar Das slated to bat at number 3 and Deep Das Gupta, the big 3 in the Indian order, all present there. Tendulkar playing either a spinner in Claude Henderson or this extra seamer. They decided to go in with an all-seam attack, and that batting order looks quite awesome indeed, batting all the way down to number 9.
He may not be in the best of form at the moment, but then again, he's a class player. So Pollock on his way. And runs on the board straight away. Lovely timing. This is a pretty quick outfield. And a fine start here for the Indian captain. That'll do his confidence a world of good. Saurav Ganguly. Wait, right on top for the ball. In the air and in the gap too. Second boundary for the Indian captain. Living away from the body. Whack. Chanti Rhodes just getting his hands to it. Cannot prevent the single. That was nicely played by Ganguly because... and he's off the mark. And like his captain, with a boundary. Great eye, Sachin Tendulkar. What a shot this is. Early into position, rocks back under the back. I'm a little surprised on this dry surface that they're not believing in himself, and he really didn't have any time to think about his game. So I think this layoff from the game has given him an opportunity. Outfield lightning fast, 4 written all over it. It's a good start here by the Indians. That's a fine shot, leaning into it nicely, Tendulkar. And the Indians dealing in boundaries at the moment. Ganguly is already... No real chance for the fielder to really retrieve the situation. Very decent start for the Indians. Just drifting on to the pads there, Pollock. Both these batsmen looking in good touch. And I think one of the reasons for that being this is a good pitch. The ball's like a Formula 1 track, and it flies at serious pace.
And Ganguly is very quickly up to 21. That's critical as well. They've got to move the strike around. And Ganguly will get a single to keep strike. It's 40 for no loss.
Team now.
More runs, more boundaries. This is turning out a bit of a garland for Saurav Ganguly. And this was a
Beautiful balance. Pollock around the wicket. Just think coming around the wicket, really nullifying the fact that he comes so close.
well, they all count.
It's on the front foot. He doesn't nick it. He steers it there, and that's a sign of he's got form and he's got confidence now.
South Africa would be wary of that.
Oh, done. Sean Pollock wants to be somewhere else.
Well, never is Jacques Kallis, and he's not standing at first slip. I don't know why.
To be fair to Klusner, that ball is flying and was up and away to his right, which really is his bowling and throwing arm. That's a super shot. The peril of being technically perfect. Then you hit the stumps at the other end, and that's a wonderful piece of work there. Really tough piece of work from Ntini. They'll get 3. But that's the shot of a great batsman. When he hits the ball, you get the feeling he's just pushing at it. It's almost gone for 4 after hitting the stumps.
A glorious shot from Tendulkar, and Ntini has done really well to get back, pick it up. The pitch is really good and conducive to just seeing lots of boundaries. Saurav Ganguly looks in good touch. Ganguly already on the front foot, doesn't get his foot across. There's very little lateral movement, so he gets away with it. Timing's good. Oh, that's a glorious shot, Harsha. Early in the tour, Harsha.
What a good over this has turned out to be for India. 12 runs from it, latched onto that very quickly, not allowing Kallis to settle down.
Just picks it up over mid-wicket.
It's beautifully done. The slow ball, and he latched onto it so quickly. And this outfield, oh dear. Somehow you judge the outfield by the quality of the fielder. These are quick runners in the South African outfield, and it's...
He can't believe what's happening. He's used to pushing men back, and they're not going back. Going back.
That's what Pat Simcox meant when he said he surprises you with his pace.
Not a vintage Ganguly. Doesn't look so good either, does it?
No, what's worrying me is 49 not out, and outside, short of a length it is, he's not even pieced up, and smash it over extra cover. Extraordinary, isn't it?
So the 100 coming up for India. And it's come in pretty good time.
No question about it, Saurav Ganguly giving the charge to Jacques Kallis. I'm not too sure that it is required at this stage. There is a touch of recklessness in that.
It's pulled away in style. In fact, in emphatic fashion. The fielders on the onside could just be...
Yeah, gimme for Tendulkar.
No problems there. That is a super shot. That is a top shot, and I'd venture to say, in spite of all the big ones from Ganguly, that, to my money, was the shot of the day. Faith when that foot was back all the time. Today it's up, forward and proud. This is a sensational innings.
Tremendous innings from Saurav Ganguly under pressure.
Klusner. He's cleared the field again. He is batting like he's in the zone at the moment. There is no doubt about it. Oh, that's a huge one. That is the biggest of them all. That's gone 12, 15 rows back on a big boundary. What's he going to do next? 187 for no loss, sensation at the Wanderers.
Giving himself some move again, Saurav Ganguly, and he's picked up another boundary. Gee, he's been wonderful today. Has hardly missed hit a ball.
Oh, that could be out. That definitely is a skyer. Somebody's got to catch this. The wicketkeeper should be the favourite, and he is. 2 big gloves. He should always take that, and he's done it right.
That was a very, very good catch by Mark Boucher at the end of an outstanding innings. Gary Kirsten went high in the air, that heavy bat of Saurav Ganguly. Gary Kirsten is backpedaling and getting out of the way. Mark Boucher also kicks one of the discs as he goes to catch it. There we go. And still grabs it. So good work from Mark Boucher. And that's the area he was eyeing. It's in the air. Might well be out. Yes, it is. Undernell has struck. Neil McKenzie is the man that's taken the catch, and that'll be a major disappointment for Rahul Dravid. He's spent a lot of time in the change with the pads on, and he wasn't out in the middle for all the
Score, so he's knocked this in. It's going about, what, just above shoulder height. It gets a bit big on him, and he's had a dart at it, and he's not a good hooker. He's gone straight up in the air. He's hit it, but he's hit.
on the offside. It was meant to go on the leg side. He might get a bonus here. Yes, he will. 4 runs. Leading edge, outside edge.
Great shot, that. You can't put feelers there, can you, with the old Chinese gut? Nothing you can do about that as a bowler or captain. Just the look of the game, particularly one-day cricket.
Oh, that's a cracking shot by Yuvraj Singh. Opened up his shoulders and gave it the full treatment.
To number 4. Himself hasn't missed out on the opportunity like this one. One bounce into the fence. Tendulkar says, fetch it to Andrenel. The bat going inside out. Yes, you see that?
Thin edge going all the way, and it's gone for 4. Slightly fortuitous, but Yuvraj Singh won't worry too much about that. It's 4 off Klusner as Yuvraj goes to double figures.
Yes, never mind how the runs come. They're never going to be pretty in the final overs. This one is another boundary in the books for India.
It's gone. Fine leg is up, saving the 1. Tendulkar has got it through for 4. It's gone fine again, and another 4 for Tendulkar. What a lovely shot played by the master batsman.
The leg glance, there it is. Beautifully played. Ranjit Singh Ji, the first cricketer to have played the leg glance.
That's in the air, and it's out. Yuvraj Singh perishes as he was stepping up the momentum to get the runs. Kirsten takes the catch, and India are 242 for 3.
Sweeney on the board, picked up the slower one all right, but he wasn't able to go with the full swing of the bat. Had to check his shot at the last moment, so the shot ballooned up in the air instead of carrying further.
Oh, he just glided it almost through the gloves of Mark Boucher. It's gone for 4. Tendulkar moves up to 97. It's pulled away, straight into the hands of mid-wicket, and he's gone.
Very clever bowling this by Sean Pollock. He quickly noticed that Sehwag is very, very comfortable off the front foot, so he pitched it in a little bit short. Sehwag was leaning onto the front foot.
Kallis to Tendulkar. Looking for the 1 and getting it. Sachin Tendulkar makes his century. Another wonderful innings from the maestro.
What a tremendous comeback. Being out of international cricket for 2 months.
Over-enthusiastic spectators. Well, they certainly didn't do much damage. They just brought the Indian flag on. It's gone mightily high. And Tendulkar has gone. Herschel Gibbs takes the catch. It is a tired Sachin Tendulkar, having just gone to his century, his 30th one-day international century. Tendulkar perishes in the cause, and Gibbs takes a very, very good catch.
Don't forget, he's been out of international cricket for quite some time. Not quite getting hold of it, getting, I think, a leading edge. And Gibbs in action again.
That's hoiked away, and there's no one at deep mid-wicket. It's 4 to Ajit Agarkar.
He picked that up very well, picked the length, picked that it was a slower delivery, waited onto the back foot, picked his spot as well. There it is, the slower delivery, short. He had ample time to play that shot.
over down the track. And they go back for a second. That's good cricket by Ajit Agarkar. He moves into double figures. He's on 10. It's 273 for 5.
He pulled it way above the fielder at mid-wicket. There is a deep square leg and there's a deep fine leg. And then followed it up with an inside-out shot. Good cricket this from Ajit Agarkar.
Sundardas just squeezes it for 1. And India complete their innings. 279 for 5 in their 50 overs. A very, very good innings, having been put into bat by Sean Pollock, and we've seen 2 wonderful hundreds by Saurav Ganguly and Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, Sean Pollock did have the right idea. They wanted to blast the Indians straight away. India coming in after a tour of Sri Lanka on pitches where the ball wouldn't bounce as much as they do here in South Africa.
So on the back of those 2 contrasting centuries, Saurav Ganguly 127 from 126 balls, Sachin Tendulkar 101, India making 279 for 5. That opening partnership of 193 was a record. 1 for 47, he bowled a very good first spell. Callis picked up a wicket as well, as indeed did Klusner and Kemp. 279 for 5, pretty good score. We'll take a little break. When we come back, let's see the South African reply.
Venkatesh Prasad to Gary Kirsten, first ball of the innings. And Sonny, it must be a confident Saurav Ganguly and Indian side that has gone out there now into the wing here for Prasad, but a lovely stroke by Herschel Gibbs. Pushed it through off the back foot this time. May not go all the way. Yes, it does. It's fast this outfield in Johannesburg. A couple of nice looking strokes here from Herschel Gibbs. Early on in this South African reply, a couple of boundaries. Just a little overpitched, and Herschel Gibbs leans into the ball and collects his 3rd boundary. The margin of error is so small.
That's the key. They've just got to concentrate on the delivery that they're facing. And that's exactly what Herschel Gibbs has done. Good timing there. Didn't hit it too hard. Just look at that. Just timing. Sheer timing.
Going back for the second. That's good running by Gary Kirsten. He's the one who decided he'd go. Well, that's worked away by Gary Kirsten. That'll go all the way. First boundary for Kirsten, and it's the 4th so far of this South African reply. Stopped him, put it down. This is Saurav Ganguly putting down the Herschel Gibbs chance.
That's a factor that you need to keep in mind.
Kirsten smites away outside the off stump, and he'll collect another boundary.
And this is where Saurav Ganguly will have to put his thinking cap on.
He's got it through again. And Kirsten is very much in control.
Around the off stump, giving him ample time to just position himself, pick the spot that he wants to hit.
Good crowd here at the Wanderers in Johannesburg. The game is on. The challenge has been sent down, and it's certainly been met. Shavigal Srinath now from the golf course end to Gary Kirsten on 16. And you can add another 4 to that 16. Kirsten with a bit more anger in the stroke this time. Picks up yet another 4.
But he managed to get it to deep fine leg.
Kirsten on 20. 38 for no wicket. Well, there's no answer at the moment. Everything that Kirsten is doing brings him a boundary. He's got the Midas touch over Srinath and over Pink.
But now that he's got the pace off the pitch,
Kirsten again on the back foot this time, and it reaches the boundary road. Well, the floodgates have certainly opened, and Kirsten is pouring through them.
this is very, very good batting. This is such a good pitch to bat on. We've been saying that when India were batting, and it's still a very, very good pitch to bat on. What is disappointing, Alan, has been the fact that the Indians are already showing signs of dejection. They were clapping, they were trying to encourage their bowlers, trying to support their bowlers. The 50 partnership coming up there. Dejection come in. It's not a pitch made for spin, but he'll be able to get some bounce.
It's gone past slip, and that's bad luck on Venkatesh Prasad. That wasn't a bad ball, but it's gone.
He has done as a cricket mirrors life. It's very interesting to see.
Only anything short where you ball just round about leg stump or just outside to try and keep him quiet, he pulls at it because he thinks it pitches outside of stump to hit. See, straight away. That ball pitched outside leg stump would have hit the stumps from the angle that Srinath is delivering, but the left-handers know that if he pitches outside, he bangs it in, they just have a free hit. You've got to go around the wicket and change their angle. The ball's whistling round, they're taking the game away from India.
So the third man is the man out, not fine leg. Fine leg is up inside the circle, and they've had square leg on the boundary.
See, and then when he pitches on the stumps from the angle going away, it's outside of stump and he just cuts it. It's very similar, Ganguly's.
More runs, and they're getting them with minimum fuss. Another boundary to Gibbs. 63 for no loss after just 8 overs. It's noticeable that South Africa are getting their boundaries without playing any big shots. When India were getting to their 50 and they got it there in 10.2 overs, there were a few big shots that the batsmen needed to play. They needed to hit across the line, or they needed to come down the wicket. South Africa got their 50 in the 7th over and are now 63 from 8, playing simple cricket shots, apart from the one that went straight to Ganguly at mid-off. It was also an orthodox shot in its intent.
Short again. I mean, that's rubbish. Everybody's bowling too short.
Boundaries so far. South Africa are so much quicker around the outfield. And it's amazing, India put up the highest score ever made at the Wanderers in a one-day international. And it's looking short already.
Well, they were still 20 runs short for me.
Moving their hands all around, fielders going all over the place. The substitute Ritinder Singh Sodhi there, he's going out to cover. There's another catcher coming in just in front of point. And there's a slip as well. Now Kumble is waving his hands around as well. There's more runs. 3 at least. 4.
Might be all right, I think. You see, this is not such a bad ball. But the batsmen are going, you see. They've both got, one's got 29, the other's 41. So their confidence is high, they're playing shots. They're coming into this game in the best form of their lives. They've plundered Zimbabwe bowling. Well, I'm not surprised what I saw of it, but even so, runs are runs. Short.
And 4. Agar, if you can whistle all you want, that ball's going only one way. 81 for no loss. This is the last ball of the previous over. Dug in short again. And really, so easy. There's hardly anyone on the onside to knock around. Just wonder why can't you send a little message from the dressing room saying, listen, guys, you're bowling too short. Just give it up if they can't see it already.
We need a special miniature telephone that I can ring them up.
Or Bob Woolmer's earpiece that Hansi Cronje used for a while. Superbly played. And that's going only one place. 4. Picking the gap beautifully. He really must be seeing the ball very well by now.
After allowing him off to a flying start, it's very tough. If the pitch is good, which it is, that's a lovely shot, isn't it?
And they run beautifully as well. 88 for no loss. No support there. There's always going to be a free hit the moment he got bat to ball.
Like some of Saurav Ganguly's flat.
That's fine. Third man's not. 4 runs. 100 stand as well for South Africa.
That's a pretty deliberate shot from Herschel Gibbs. Just angularity. Just opens the face of the bat. Quite deliberate, totally in control. Very late. Nice little dab.
And that's going to be more runs. Sliding down the leg side. It's going to be 4 wides, I'm sure. It's given us 4 byes. That's a bit harsh.
For Anil Kumble.
South Africa going at nearly 7 to the over at this stage. With extra bounce, of course, which is always needed from a spinner, but on this occasion, Gibbs puts it away quite easily. Rides the bounce, 4 more. And the crowd are loving this.
And paying the ultimate price. Enough, ample time.
4 overs, none for 24 at the moment, Kumble. Being rested now. Gone. Healthy nick. Lazy shot from Herschel Gibbs. We were talking about India needing a wicket.
Outside the off stump. First blood for the Indians. The ball holding its line away from the body.
It's a good shot. It's a very, very fine shot. Jacques Kallis just working it wide of mid-on, and that's his first boundary.
Really is a class player, this Jacques Kallis. Neat roll of the wrist and finds the gap to perfection.
He's got time. That's the key.
Down the track goes Kallis, and he has belted that. That was a heavyweight punch from Jacques Kallis. And India have already had the stuffing knocked out of them. And Kallis is just thumping them for more.
And just hitting over extra cover with a bit of time to spare. It shows you what a class player he is and how good this pitch really is.
Kirsten has given up running after that because Kirsten knows that it's gone all the way for 4. Exquisite timing again.
So Tendulkar continuing. Controlled shot there from Gary Kirsten. He's constantly looking to rotate the strike. So Kumble continuing. That's in the gap. And that will race away to the boundary. Just opening the face of the blade there, Gary Kirsten, and using Kumble's pace.
A delectable shot from Gary Kirsten. The crowd loves it. Crescendo of noise from the crowd. Then open the face of the bat, pierce those 2 fielders. Just a deft touch to find the boundary.
They look for 2. This is one of the features of his batting, his ability to work the ball into the gaps. Once the fielding restrictions in the first 15 overs are off, and he's reached his 100. This is a top innings. Big ovation from a packed crowd here. And 13 balls.
Not getting the ball to move too much. Well, there you are. Some variety. That was slower. 20 and over. He'll still keep coming charging at you. He's got him. Played on. He's picked up the wicket that India wanted. It's 207 for 2. Kallis is gone for 39. Just as we were saying, Ajit Agarkar.
There was an inward movement as well. So both pace and movement off the pitch was what got him that wicket. There it is. There it is, nipping back quite sharply. There it is on the pads as well. So it could have been LBW too. Kallis is out.
And openers who done so well for their countries in the limited overs game. That is a sensational shot. You learn to expect the unexpected when John D. Rhodes is around. And that's why he's so good. He's picked the leg break. He knows Tendulkar's bowling leg breaks to the right-hander and off breaks.
The reverse sweep. And now, a lot to drive over extra cover. The pressure is certainly off. 2 boundaries of consecutive deliveries from Sachin Tendulkar.
Just a single on this occasion, though. It's gone a long way. It's gone a very long way. Gary Kirsten just piling it on. Really got a lot of meat into that shot. Certainly got elevation on it.
That does make it that much harder to get to the ball.
It's cleared the infield and that'll go for 4. In fact, he plays that ball quite beautifully. Both mid-off and mid-on were on the edge of the circle. But I think he gambled with the fact that if he could clear them, anyway he'd get 4. And more runs. He is charging between the wickets like there's a fire on his tail.
We've seen far too many quick bowlers. This is going to be very close. If it had it, maybe even Jonty would have struggled to reach the crease.
Bowled him! Well bowled, slow ball from Javagal Srinath. Rhodes looking to swing it out of the ground. Played all over. 242 for 3. And
so that was the carrot that Javagal Srinath dangled in front of Rhodes. Slow delivery as well. There it is, the slow leg cutter. Trying to play across the line, get a boundary over mid-wicket. Missing the line completely.
That's the Klusner special. It's out of here. Effortless blow. That's what the crowd wants to see. Another one. The result, the same. Consecutive 6s for Klusner. And South Africa inching closer to a win.
Out. Hit it straight to the man. Wasn't too short. Tried to make a pull out of that. I don't think when we see that again that the length was so short.
Not all that short. Didn't bounce as much as he would have expected. Straight to Dravid. He made no mistake. And he starts off in fine style.
Well, that's one of the best shots we've seen, really, off the front foot. Square was a lovely shot.
It's nicely on top of it, well balanced. Just opening the face of the blade to get the placement.
They talk about pitching it up a bit more. Well, he's pitched that up, but he's given him width. And he's still all right, but you just got to pitch it up and keep it straight.
So South Africa get the 2 runs and win the first game in the triangular series. India batted well to get 279, but in the end, South Africa getting those runs quite easily. Sean Pollock was the man who won the toss, decided to field. He obviously knew that this track will be a good one for batting right through. And this has been an excellent batting effort. Not only by this man, but by the entire South African team. 11th 100 in one-day internationals. He batted right through the innings.
Well, I thought they played very well in South Africa. Quite frankly, I don't think they were in any difficulty right from the first ball. They said about the Indian bowling, as much as I've made my constructive comments about pitching it up a bit more and being more aggressive and wicket-taking, I do feel that they played exceptionally well in South Africa. They took it straight to the Indian bowling. India have too many of those. You know, people like Tendulkar filling in. He's useful, but he's not actually a big wicket-taking bowler.
133, a partnership of 114 with Gibbs and then 93 with Callis, and thereafter they were just coasting, and the victory just a formality. 10 balls left. India will be very proud of those bowling figures. Anil Kumble is coming back. He went for a few runs as well. So did Javagal Srinath, who bowled well in patches. Venkatesh Prasad was expensive, and the only bowler really standing out there was Ajit Agarkar, who bowled with a fair amount.